All right, y'all, we are back with another video. I definitely had to bring y'all this. And it seems like millions of Americans is now leaving the Democrat Party after witnessing liberals celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. This is just stupid. What is wrong with these people on the left? They are so freaking evil. And now that you got liberals that's been, like I said, these people been Democrats their entire life. And after seeing their own side celebrate a man getting assassinated in front of his kids, they said, you know what? We can't do this no more. So we got clips and stuff like that of a lot of Democrats, you know, saying that they are done. They are done with the Democrats, and they pretty much is supporting President Trump. Now they going to the other side. Because this is just crazy. I mean, we seen it. Even Stephen A. Smith went off, and he's a Democrat, and said, what is wrong with these Democrats? Why are y'all celebrating a man getting taken out? The man had a family. And even if you disagree with him, look what Charlie Kirk did. He went to campuses so y'all can debate against each other. You got a mic that he'll say something, you'll say something. Ain't like he was saying something just staying in the house. He will go out, come to you, and have a debate. And like they said, it was just an attack on free speech. And they even got even more news on the shooter, the 22-year-old that took out Charlie Kirk. Pretty much saying he was staying with a transgender, but we'll get into that in just a minute. So like I said, please put rest in peace Charlie Kirk in the comment section, please. And shout out to everybody who's been watching these videos. I've been trying my best to keep y'all up to date with everything that's been going on. And shout out to the ones that have been watching the entire video. And I really, really appreciate it because I really want to get this message out and let y'all know exactly what's going on. So I appreciate everybody who lets me know that they did watch the entire video. I really, really appreciate that. And towards the end of the video, I'm going to let y'all know what Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica Kirk, said yesterday. So make sure y'all stick around for that. So like I said, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, y'all, let's go ahead and dive straight into this. Now, before we get into like some of the reports and stuff, I want to show y'all this from a black conservative perspective. And like I said, make sure y'all go over to his channel, subscribe to his channel. But you can see right here, this is a guy right here that was a Democrat. And check out what he said.
So breaking news, Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck. That was the last bastion. I can't be a liberal no more. You see the comments? I hope the gun is okay. The same people asking for moral decency. I cannot in good faith align myself with you guys anymore. I once had a headache. You'll be all right. Because you don't agree with him politically?
I'm not gonna lie, y'all gotta be a different type of sick to be celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, bro. That's crazy to me. Like, you don't gotta agree with anything bro say. I made a video about not agreeing with what he said on Juneteenth. That don't mean I think he deserved to lose his life though. Every page that's posting Charlie Kirk's death.
So I'm very aware that when you look at me, see the hair and the nose ring, you probably think I'm a huge liberal. I love living in America. I love this country. I am a die-hard centrist. I have a lot of liberal views and I have a lot of conservative views, but most of the time I'm able to see the gray in areas and come to a critically thought out conclusion about the right and wrong. The amount of people I've had to unfriend or unfollow because they're cheering and happy about what happened today is very disheartening. And if you're following me on here and you're upset that I'm not cheering and woohoo, please unfollow me. I'm sorry if you followed me because of the way I looked. We live in a country where I can look the way I want to look and I can have the opinions I want to have and say the things I want to have because of where we live. And this is an attack on freedom of speech, no matter how you look at it, whether you like Charlie, you didn't like Charlie.
I'm so mad right now. I was just sitting down to do my makeup and I get the news about Charlie Kirk. What the actual liberals? This is your part. This is your party. This is your party. This is what you do. This is what you do. Jasmine Crockett, AOC. What are you doing? Chuck Schumer. Like, what are you doing about this right now? You are the party. You are the Democrat Party. Mandami, what are you doing? Are you doing anything about this right now? No, of course you aren't.
I've been sitting in my car for the last hour or so, just trying to process the last couple of days. And forgive me if I don't have the energy. It has been really troubling. I just came here to announce my official divorce from the Democratic Party. And you're talking to a guy who's been voted Democrat since I was 18 years old. Up until recently, I've been changing how I vote, but still carrying the label, you know. I'm the type of guy who doesn't jump ship. I try to be the voice of reason within the ship to try to steer it back to a true north. But this party has lost its way. The Democratic Party, let's be honest, has become demonic and barbaric.
Yep.
And I, as a Christian, can't be a part of that anymore. Look, I'm a proud and beautiful black man. I love being black. I love my skin, everything that comes with it. I was a proud Democrat. I remember they used to stand for the right thing. But before I'm beautifully black, before I am a member of any party, I'm a born-again Christian. I'm a born-again Christian, and the Democratic Party right now doesn't represent my values, my ethics.
And they don't. And like I said, it is just freaking sad, man. Just freaking sad. And like I said, it don't stop there. It's a lot more Democrats that's coming out saying, I am done. And the same thing is, like I said before, they were some of the same people who was pushing the rhetoric. CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, all of them pushing rhetoric. And you'll get clowns out there that'll believe it, that'll try to take out try to take out somebody that supports President Trump. We see what they tried to take out President Trump twice. Then now they just got Charlie. And it's all because of the rhetoric, and you get a lot of the youngsters that's around 20, 22, 25 years, they'll believe it. So let's get to this one right here. You say Stephen A. Smith nails it. A wife widowed, 2 little kids without their father. And like I said, this is where Stephen A. just absolutely goes off.
I'm a black man born in America. I know what problems that exist in this country. But I also know there's far more good people than there are bad people in this country, regardless of who you are, what your ethnic background is. White, black, Hispanic, and beyond. I'm in a studio here in Las Vegas, and I'm looking outside, and I see people looking at me and smiling and saying, what's up, Stephen A? They don't look anything like me. And I don't care, because they're showing me love, and I'm showing love right back to them. At some point in time, we got to recognize, can't just speak about it. Can't just give lip service to when such a vile act takes place. And we're going to give lip service to the tragedy of the moment. And then within 24 hours, we move on with our lives like nothing happened. Something did happen. Don't care what his political beliefs were. I don't care what he felt. I care about the fact that a man was gunned down in front of 2 of his children who are 5 years of age or less.
Wow.
That he's dead at the age of 31. That his wife is a widow. That his children are fatherless. Because his ideas and his beliefs differed from somebody else, apparently. And then I'm going online and I'm seeing people celebrating it. Shame. Shame on you.
Just sad, and this is what they doing, celebrating. And like I said, this right here is just constantly like continue on. Now, if you see this right here by MAGA, he said, holy crap, this lady is leaving the Democrat Party and said others are ready to jump ship too. Listen to what this woman said.
I cannot tell you how refreshing it was to wake up this morning and hear from other Democrats and see on my post other Democrats who are just as furious and ready to friggin' jump ship as I am. I'm not buying into what they're selling, because after what we saw yesterday, I'm actually glad that they pulled that yesterday, because people like me who have been disillusioned by the Democratic Party for a long time, got to see an evilness there, got to see a diabolical side of the Democratic Party who's basically saying, we want you to fail. We don't care if you fail. It's like the scene in The Wizard of Oz when they finally go back to see the Great Oz and they pull the curtain back and it's just a little old man just standing there like that doesn't have a clue. I'm not going to be afraid to voice my opinion anymore. I'm done. I am done. I am done. And you're not going to bully me off my own page by thinking logical thoughts. I'm not going to be gaslit by my own party. Not one day more. Not one day more.
So, and like I said, that's what she had to say. Then, it continues on with this young lady pretty much saying, hey, the Democrat Party is over.
If you voted Democrat like I did, you voted for a party that does not exist anymore. This is not the Kennedy Democratic Party. This is not the party of people that want to give back to their community, that they believe in kindness for everybody, equality, and acceptance. None of these things exist anymore in the Democratic Party. I am ashamed of the Democratic Party, and I have been for a long time, which is why I consider myself an independent now. And here we are, it's 24 years after 9/11, and we are in no better shape than we were on that day, except now the war is inside of our country. The war is us against each other. We have lost our way in the United States. Democrats and liberals and people that are all peace and love and equality and unity have come onto this app to say the most horrific things about this 31-year-old man. And in Washington, they asked for a moment of silence, and Democrats were audibly booing and refused to stand for this man. I don't even recognize the United States. I really don't. We're a laughing stock to many other countries that are looking at us saying, are you all okay? We're not okay. We are not the United States of America. We are divided. We are clearly divided. And if the murder of Charlie Kirk does not prove that, I don't know what will. Honestly, I don't know what will.
Wow, man. And you can see how these people, and then you see what Brandon said, people are leaving the left in massive numbers today. My team and I are seeing it and hearing it everywhere and getting countless testimonials. Let's welcome those whose eyes have been opened by this tragedy. So, and like I mentioned before, it just, continues on. And what she said, many are leaving the Democrat Party after assassinating Charlie Kirk. They murdered one man but woke up millions of people.
Trump. Praise the Lord. I literally called this in my last video. I said it is going to take, unfortunately, Charlie Kirk's assassination for people to wake up from the Democratic Party. And if you read this comment section, it is full of Democrats saying the exact same thing, being lifelong Democrats, leaving the Democratic Party as of today. And this comment is not from a video that I posted. It's something entirely different. It's the House of Representatives on the House floor. And Anna Paulina Luna, she is U.S. Representative, Republican, and she was asking for a moment of prayer on behalf of Charlie Kirk's passing. And a Democrat, they yelled out, "No!" And they go back and forth. So then Anna Paulina Luna, she starts yelling out, "Y'all did this. This is because of you guys." The violence that they incite, yeah, she called it out. Even Dean Withers, Parker, his best friend, so many people are stating the obvious. If you are rejoicing at someone's demise, literally them being unalived, you're the issue. And anyone that laughs at a loss of a life, shame on you.
Exactly. Like I said, it continues on. Like I said, another Democrat just pretty much saying, hey, I'm out of here. The Democrat Party ain't like it used to be. It's just full of violence and stuff like that now.
This was the day that I decided I'm never voting Democrat again. I cannot stand with you people anymore. Although there's a lot of people on the right that I disagree with, looking at your comments, gross. I don't want anything to do with you. Fine cry.
He said, fine cry. He don't want anything, to do with them no more. And like I said, it doesn't, stay there. You see the woman say, as a lifelong lefty, I am so ashamed of the left right now.
As a lifelong blue voter, I don't have anything else to add to this Charlie Kirk assassination horror story. What I do have to communicate is a sense of just like complete despair and horror and shame for my own political party. I have posted political content interspersed with my regular content for 10, 15, 20 years at this point. And I've never, not once, worried about being a target from violence on the left. I've barely worried about it on the right, but the way that left-wing terrorism is blooming and the way that people on the left are accepting it, supporting it, being callous, heartless. Anyways, what are you guys having for dinner? Oh, thoughts and prayers. He died for what he loved. It's disgusting. And to realize that it's just so hypocritical. Oh, gun reform this, gun reform that. But if we don't like them, pew, pew. Right-wing terrorism this, fascism that. But if we don't like them, pew, pew. Again, it's the reaction from the left being like, whatever. I have a pit in my stomach about how low we have sunk. It's horrible.
And like I said, you see how these, and then a lot of people, is pretty much, getting fired from their job, because of what they saying about Charlie Kirk. You got a lot of people, some people that was in the military that was celebrating. And thank God, all these people that have been celebrating, they got jobs, has been fired as well, and we'll get to that.
As a registered Democrat, all I have to say is the Charlie Kirk shooting just proves that we are the worst, man. My party is worse. I got people celebrating, hoping that he dies. Are we for real right now? Where's the empathy? Where's the respect, man? It's disgusting. It's disgusting, truly. And the fact of the matter is this: he was a father, and whether or not I agree with his political opinions, all he truly wanted to do at the core was see this country be the best. And I respect that. And to see people just be blatantly disgusting, man, we're the worst, man.
Like I said, you see it. It say right here by Wall Street Apes. Keep sharing these stories. This is the turning point. Tyler Robson assassinating Charlie Kirk is the moment the Democrat Party dies.
I am done. I am not going to vote Democrat anymore. I did leave the left because I was getting sick and tired of their behavior. But I was considering myself to be in the center. No. Whoever did this, just when I'm seeing a lot of people who were on the left say that they're no longer going to be on the left anymore. I still have my same beliefs. I still support the communities that I support, and I will still vote for people who align with those beliefs, but it's not going to be a Democrat. I'm done. You guys are disgusting. What you're saying is horrible. You should be extremely ashamed of yourself. You're supposed to be the party of empathy. Where the is the empathy? I'm done. And as always, you guys, to my followers, have a great day. To the people who are saying this horrible, awful, have the day you deserve. Bye.
Man, you can see, like I said, it does not stop another Democrat, pretty much pissed off. She might say, hey, I didn't agree with Charlie Kirk, but damn it, I didn't want this to happen to him.
As someone who quite literally had Charlie Kirk blocked on all social platforms because I simply couldn't tolerate hearing another word out of his mouth through my phone, I'm sick over some of the videos that I am seeing of people celebrating this man's assassination. And let me be clear, if you're in the comments trying to argue with me about why people should be celebrating this man's death, you're fighting with air, again. We voted for the same person. Like if you're trying to argue that people should be celebrating this man's death, I know that we went to the voting booth and we voted for the same person. Okay? So you're fighting. We cannot be a party that advocates for gun control and gun reform and then be on the internet celebrating when someone that we don't agree with politically is shot and killed in broad daylight. No. this is not grounds to be making jokes. I just saw a woman with like 600,000 followers who's also a mom sitting and being like, thoughts and prayers for Charlie Kirk. Like, sorry, what? What? We need to be really careful about how we were talking about this. Again, have had this man blocked for like over a year. I've known peace because I haven't had to hear a single word out of his mouth. We cannot get to a place where we are so intolerant of political figures that we get up and I'm sorry, we've lost the plot. I know I'm going to probably lose followers for this, and there's going to be people in my comments, again, trying to argue with me, who we voted for the same person. I'm worried. I'm really.
I mean, that's how it is. Like, these people, you know, they just don't care at all. Just don't care at all. And meanwhile, you just right here said just in massive amounts of Australians have taken the streets and are standing with Charlie Kirk, holding up signs with the face on them. Wow. And you see, like I said, this right here is happening in Australia. So they walking the streets, you know, in honor of, Charlie Kirk. I mean, beautiful thing to see, man. Beautiful thing to see. And right here say breaking, thousands of British patriots just fell silent in honor of Charlie Kirk in London. The 1 minute of silence concluded with bagpipes orchestrated by Tommy Robinson. Charlie, the world will always remember you. And it said just in, Secretary of State Marco Rubio will go to Charlie Kirk's funeral with President Trump, man. It is just sad. And this is what we get to right here by Eric Daugherty. Say breaking, Clemson begins to cave, suspends an employee for celebrating the assassination of Charlie Kirk after initially refusing to take any action. The pressure from patriots is working. Don't let up. These people must be fired, because there's been a lot of people who've been getting on the internet celebrating Charlie Kirk's death has now been getting fired. And we want that to continue to keep happening. This is what we find out, because you remember at first the left kept saying, y'all kept saying it was a transgender and all of that. So now by Eric Daugherty said breaking, because this just happened today. New York Post is now confirming Fox News report that Charlie Kirk shooter Tyler Robinson lived with his transgender partner who was transitioning from a male to a female. The left must apologize for their lies and start accepting reality. And this is the clown, a 22-year-old that killed Charlie Kirk. Just insane, man. Freaking insane. Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson lived with his transgender partner who was a male transitioned to a female, and the partner is speaking to the FBI per Fox. He said Charlie was shot after saying there was too many trans shooters over the last 10 years. Wow, speechless. We need all the answers. And you see right here, say breaking, South Koreans have taken to the streets and are chanting, "We are Charlie Kirk." Wow. And then look at this right here. While the streets of London are filled to the brim with hundreds of thousands, if not over 1 million patriots who are supporting Charlie Kirk, promoting free speech and opposing mass migration. The movement is alive and well. Look at all these people. All of these people in the streets. And they are chanting for Charlie Kirk. Wow, man. Even LA Dodgers pitcher Blake Treinen is currently being praised nationwide for writing Charlie Kirk on his hat with the cross on each side. American loves to see this. Man, it is just sad. I definitely wanted y'all to hear what Reverend Tim Burchett had to say about this.
Sleep this morning, woke up really early thinking about this, about all the firings that are going on in our colleges and campuses over their classless, almost demonic attacks of Charlie Kirk. And I was thinking about it, and I hope we are not too short-sighted in all this. Those people need to be gone, absolutely, 100%. And they should have never been fired, but that's my point exactly. Who the heck fired all these, or excuse me, who the heck hired all these dadgum people? That's what we got to look at. That's the problem. The institutional problem that we have in our colleges and universities across this country, that they hired these types of folks. They hire folks that they identify with. That's just human nature. And yet, we continue down this same road every dadgum time, and then we expect different answers. And that's not the solution. We've got to get to the core of this thing. We've got to get to the institutional mindset that's going on in our country right now in these colleges and universities, that we allow this. Because all these are just little foot soldiers. They're nothing. They are nothing. It's the people that are in charge that are a real problem that we've got to start looking at. And I think until we do that, we're going to continue down this same road. I think Trump figured that out in his first term. You know, he fired a lot of people, and he should have. It was his right to do it. But as we come to find out, it's not that first level. It's that second, third, primary, secondary, and tertiary level, as they say. So it's a lot deeper. I hope we start paying attention to what's going on a little bit more, a lot more, because firing a few people is not going to solve this problem. It's the people that hired them that are the problem. We keep bringing in, as my daddy used to say in education, they always bring in the same dadgum people who caused the problem to fix the problem. And all they're going to do is cover their ass. And that's exactly what they're doing right now. So let's keep an eye on it. Let's demand more from our public institutions and government and our businesses. Thank y'all for sending me here.
Salute to Tim Burchett, man. Last thing I want to show y'all is Erica Kirk. You know, she made a video yesterday. I think the video was like 16 minutes. I know they got it on Charlie Kirk's channel if you want to go watch the entire video. And I think Fox News posted the entire video as well. But I do want to show y'all this one part right here. It say Erica Kirk is ready to go to war on behalf of Charlie. Let's check out what she had to say.
Already I have seen the worldwide outpouring of love for my husband. I've heard the testimonies from people my husband inspired to get married, to start families, to seek out a relationship with God. It's the most important one of all. The evildoers responsible for my husband's assassination have no idea what they have done. They killed Charlie because he preached a message of patriotism, faith, and of God's merciful love. But they should all know this. If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country and this world. You have no idea. You have no idea the fire that you have ignited within this wife. The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry. To everyone listening tonight across America, the movement my husband built will not die. It won't. I refuse to let that happen. It will not die. All of us will refuse to let that happen. No one will ever forget my husband's name, and I will make sure of it. It will become stronger, bolder, louder, and greater than ever. My husband's mission will not end, not even for a moment.
Wow, man. So, like I said, prayers to Erica Kirk, you know, the kids, the entire family. Like I said before, make sure you put rest in peace to Charlie Kirk in the comment section. And thank you all for watching the video, especially if you made it all the way to the end. And you can see like millions of Americans just done with the Democrat Party. They are done. So like I said, if any more information comes out, I will keep y'all up to date with everything that's going on. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. The way you can keep up with everything. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.